Hey guys, Delt here. This is going to be the Ice Caves and Ice Abyss map guide for Dark and Darker. Out of all three maps, Goblin Caves, Ice Caves, and the Howling Crypts, this one is personally my least favorite. You pretty much only come here for one of four reasons. You're grinding AP and want to stay away from players. You're finishing quests that have to be done here. You're trying to kill the Frost Wyvern for the chance at the unique, or the ore that's only locked after killing him, or you just want to get some wolf pelts. Those four reasons are the only reasons to come to this map at the current time. The Yetis and Giants don't really give too great of loot and honestly just really aren't worth taking the time to kill them. There are a few skeletal champions, so I'll go over the spawns for the chance at golden keys. But other than that, I'm just going to show the wolves, boss locations, what areas have lion's head and golden chests, and that's pretty much it. If you think there's anything that I'm missing in this guide, just like last time, feel free to let me know and I'll pin your comment for others to see. Here's the map. As you can see, this is a 5x5 map, just like every other map in Dark and Darker, other than the Inferno, which is a 3x3. Let's start with the boss and the wolf spawns. And just to keep this as simple as possible, if you are here trying to make money, go for the wolf pelts and the skeletal champions. The other bosses don't really give you much. A couple of the Yetis are actually blocking golden chests, so that could be important if you're trying to make money too, but the Yetis themselves don't really drop decent loot the majority of the time. If you are here for AP, starting in the top left corner of the map and just going through and taking down all of these sub bosses could end up doing really great for you. Just as one small disclosure though, the giant berserker on the top left hand corner of the map can sometimes be a crossbowman too, but there are two golden chests there, so it's still good just to check and see. And once again, this is my least favorite map. It's the one I play the least, so if I am missing any of these, please just let me know. One thing that the Ice Caves does have going for it is the amount of lion's head and golden chests that you can find. I just put all of them as golden chests, but they could be one or the other depending on where you are. And take note of the 4 question marks. There could be more of these, but these are the 4 that I remember for sure. I put question marks on them because I've gone to these locations before, and instead of finding a lion's head or a golden chest, it will sometimes just be a large oak chest, and I think that's just one of the randomizers in the game. And quickly moving along, we have our health shrines and res shrines next. All of the standalone health shrines and res shrines will always be there, but wherever you see the health shrine and the res shrine overlapping, those are chances for it to be one or the other. It's never going to be both. So just be a little careful if you're expecting one or the other, because it may or may not be what you need every game. All right, and lastly, for Ice Caves itself, we have our extracts. All the S's stand for stairs, the B stands for boat, GE stands for group elevator, and IA is Ice Abyss. If you're playing solo, the stairs work perfectly fine. They're one use and you're out. If you're playing as a duo or a trio and you don't want to split up, try to make sure that at the end of the game, you're either getting close to a boat, a group elevator, or a way down into the Ice Abyss if that's what you're wanting to do. To get into the Ice Abyss, you have to drop down into the Abyss, where typically you drop down and it says Ice Abyss killed X player. If you wait until the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds of each map, you'll see a red Northern Lights type of effect inside the Abyss, and that's how you know you're safe to jump. And as soon as you jump, it'll put you into the waiting room, just like you're gonna go down into Inferno. And when the time's up in the map, or everyone has left the initial map, that's when you're good, and it'll put you down into the next map. It's also worth mentioning that the group elevator is a one-time use, so if one team has used it already and you show up and it's gone, very quickly try to get to a boat or the Ice Abyss. I believe the last boat spawns with roughly 1 minute left in the match, so also just be careful of that. If you miss that, try to get to the Ice Abyss as quickly as you can, or you're gonna die to the blizzard, which is the map effect. And I think that's all there really is to know about the Ice Caves itself, so let's move on down into the Ice Abyss. I'd also just like to mention real quick that I was wrong earlier when I said the only other 3x3 map was the Inferno. Ice Abyss is too. For some reason in my head I was thinking it was a 5x5, but I was wrong. I couldn't find a fully empty map of this, so you're also getting the names of each thing, and it's also showing the extracts already for you. Since those are there, let's just talk about them real quick. The left center of the map is Shadow Valley, and there is a rope there for one single person to use. The opposite side of the map, at Staircase Hill, there is another rope that is one person, single use. If you're coming in here with the team, you're going to want to get to the top center of the map in pillars, because there is a trio portal there, or the complete center of the bottom center of the map in Dividing Hill. there's another group portal there, which means you're good for 3 people to take it. And there is actually one more extract here that this map doesn't show. It's the direct middle of Wyvern Lair in the center of the map. But in order to access that escape, you have to kill the Ice Wyvern. It basically creates this wind rush upwards in the center of the map. So if you jump, it just carries you away and then you're safe. I personally would highly recommend, if you're not planning to kill the Wyvern, get whatever escape you want as soon as you can, and after that feel free to clear and do whatever you want after. Just make sure you have an escape, because this map is difficult, especially for a solo player, unless you're playing Warlock. All right, so let's talk about the Frost Wyvern. Crazy enough, he's in the center of the map at the Wyvern Lair. I'm not even going to mark it just because it's easy enough to remember that, because it says Wyvern Lair. Once you get there, you need to deactivate 4 pillars, and once you deactivate those pillars, the boss is then unstuck and begins to fight you. If you kill him, you get some of the best loot in the game, which is Froststone ore. He also has the chance to drop unique weapons and High Roller, which are always great finds. The boss fight is difficult, and you'll probably die the first few times you try it. I've tried to solo it on Warlock a couple times, and I still haven't gotten it down, but it's gotten a little bit easier the more and more I try it. Froststone ore is used to craft legendary gear in the game, and it is some of the best gear in the game because it has less of a move speed penalty than the same items that aren't crafted with it. And PDR fighters can get up to like 310 move speed, which is ridiculous, but it's really strong and it takes a lot to get it, so fair enough. The Froststone ore is found in the same room that has the Marvelous chest and a 10-pole gold pile, just like Inferno. And moving on to sub-bosses, this map has Frost Demons and Wendigos. The Frost Demons are basically protecting both of the ropes on either side of the map, and the Wendigos are a little bit more spread out. The only place that you're not going to find sub-bosses is in the top left corner and the bottom right corner of the map. And the bottom right corner can still be scary if you're not used to fighting Frost Dogs and Ice Harpies. Just like with the Yeti, these sub-bosses don't really drop too much, so it's mostly just beneficial for AP farming rather than fighting for gold and to get things. However, with the Frost Demons, since they are guarding the ropes, you have to kill them if you're trying to extract from those. All right, and here are the Lion's Head and Golden Chest locations. I tried to be a little bit more specific with these than I was on the other map, because some of the locations have 2. I saw somewhere that the bottom right corner has 3, but I've only ever seen 2, so I could be wrong. Some of these are locked behind different levers and stuff like that, so if you're not seeing them, just look a little bit harder, because yeah, they're there. Also, a small warning, with the Golden Head chest in the top right room that is underneath where the Wendigo is, not the Wendigo one, the ice that you cross to get there, if you walk over it too much, it breaks and you fall and die. So just be a little bit careful. If you're going there, just walk over it once and then walk over through the other side. And when it comes to health shrines and res shrines, if you spawn on the left side of the map, good luck. You have to cross the entire map. Yeah, it's about it. There's 2 each, and they're all on the right side, other than the one that's in the top center. But yeah, there's nothing on the left side for these. Yeah, I think that mostly covers it. If you guys enjoyed the content, please just give me a comment, like, or subscribe to the channel. If you have any other questions, things that I left out, or things that I missed, please let me know that as well, because I would greatly appreciate getting all of the information out to players that were wanting to learn this map and struggling with it. Also, if you're wanting to join a community of people who like Dark and Darker and other video games like it, I'm gonna have my community Discord linked down in the description below. Feel free to click that, come by and say hey. And as always, I hope that each and every one of you have a very great day, and I hope to see y'all next time. Peace.